So go right into Play Store and download the Snapseed application. Then when you open it, you click on open and click on the photos you want to edit. So in this, I'm going to be showing you the functions of Snapseed application tools. So we are going to click on share as I pick a picture I want to edit. So it's going to go to Snapseed, and here we are. We have last edit, portrait, smooth, and all other ones under looks. This is tools, this is looks. Looks stands for all the preset of edit that has been there automatically. So I can click on last edit, which is going to give me the edit I did on the previous picture. If I go to other ones, these are automatic. These ones are there already that are done by Snapseed application. So if you don't want to manually edit, you can edit automatically on your phone by using all these edits. This is the current edit, this is the last edit. So if I had wanted to edit this picture, I would only use last edit if it works for the picture. So but let's click it back to current and click OK. So that is what looks works for. But let's go to tools. If you click on tools, you are going to be seeing tune image. Under tune image, you are going to be seeing several options if you slide up. But let's go back, click on tools and see other tools that are here. Tune image, details, curves, white balance up to frames. But under each tools, you are going to be seeing sub tools that you can use. You do not need to focus on everything to understand how it works. Most times for fashion designers, what they need more is tune image and details. Then crop if need be. Then they can use selective if need be. But let us go straight into tune image. On tune image, you can see brightness. That is the first thing you see. If you slide up, you are going to see other sub tools that you can use. If I want to increase the brightness, I let the bar be on brightness and I slide to the right, or I slide to the left if I want to reduce the brightness. So if this picture is dark, I'm going to increase the brightness a little bit. Then I slide up if I want to increase the contrast. It's become darker. Other places that are darker will darker, other places that are lighter will be lighter, depending on if I scroll slide to the right or I slide to the left. Saturation gives it color. If I slide, it's going to give you more color. Then if I slide up again, it's going to give me ambience. With ambience, I can reduce the ambience or reduce the increase or reduce the ambience. With highlight, I can whiten or brighten the normally brighted place in the picture. So it's going to focus on the bright part of the picture and increase the brightness or reduce the brightness. Okay, so on shadows, we are going to be seeing if you reduce it, you are going to be increasing the shadow. If you increase it, you are going to be reducing the black part. On warmth, if you slide to the right, you are going to be seeing warmth. If you slide to the left, you are going to be seeing a bluish color. So that is what tune image was for. You click on OK if you want to adjust it. So let's go to tools again. You will see details, and details means that you are going to be seeing two things there: structure and sharpening. If you put it on structure, increase it, it's going to increase the structure. You can see how thick it becomes. If you reduce it, it's going to become bland and pale. So it's going to just look flat. So if you sharpen it, it's going to sharpen the picture. Usually it works for pictures that are glowy and you want it to sharpen and bring out the details. So that's what sharpens works for. So you click on OK. Then we move to the next tool, which is curve. On curve, it can adjust the picture from any angle. So if you bring this down from here, it's going to reduce. If you increase it, it's going to increase the brightness. So that is what it works for. From the middle, this works only for the middle, then just for the middle. So depending on what you want to do. Okay, so let's go to the next tools. White balance. White balance, it has temperature, it has tint. Usually it is not for fashion business owners that want to edit a fashion picture. If you increase the temperature, you can have the temperature. This is like the other warmth that we're seeing that was giving the color warmth. This is warmth, like a temperature. You see almost the same thing. Then if you go up, you can give it other colors. That is what tints works for, other color shade. So we move to the next one. Let's say crop. In case you want to crop the picture, here you see 3:2. This is DIN. This is 3:2. This is free. Usually when it is free, you can adjust it based on how you want it to be if it is free. So I'm going to go back. If I want to go back, I'll click here. Yes, if I click it once, it's going to undo and go back. So let's go to tools and click on crop. So from the original, this is the original one. This is the square. This is DIN. This is 3.2, 4.4 by 3, 5 by 4, 16 point by 9. So let's put it on original and leave it. So because we are not cropping, click on tools, then we go to rotate. If I want to rotate, we can rotate the picture like this. That is what it works for. Then go back to perspective, can tilt the picture. If your picture is not taken well, maybe your hand was not balanced when you were taking the picture, you can, this is what it was for. You can go this way, change the perspective, you can go up, you can go down. So but I don't want this, I cancel it. So tools, we can go to the next one is expand. If you want to expand, you can either use smart expand, which is going to work for all the four corners of the picture. Anything that is on the four corners of the picture is going to expand it so that it can reduce. So it's going to make our frame look smaller. So but this doesn't work for this picture. You cancel it. Let's go back to expand. You can have it there, smart expand, white expand. You see that's what it gives you, or it gives you black expand. So that is what it works for basically. So let's go to tools. We are going to click on selective. If I want to adjust any part of the picture and I don't want it to affect every part manually, so what I do is I click on selective. I've clicked on it already. If I want to increase the brightness of this picture here, I'm going to click here. So it brings out some sub tools. So if I slide up, I'm going to be seeing four tools which I can work on, and this is just working on here where I dropped it. If I want to do it here and increase where it's going to work on, I can either enlarge it or reduce it. I can zoom in or zoom out. So if you zoom out, it's going to work more on where the circle is. If you zoom in, it's going to work on more where the circle is. So I can decide to work on the contrast just in this side. You can see it. So that is what selective work for. If I want to go to the next one, we are going to be clicking on brush. Brush works for just like selective, but manually on wherever you want to work on. So if you want to increase the exposure, remember exposure is brightness, giving it more brightness. So if I want to increase the exposure here, you see it's going to increase it. If I want the floor to be whitish, if I want to reduce the exposure, I'll click down here, minus it. So it's going to make it black, more darker. Because I've clicked down, if I want to increase it, maybe it's too much. So eraser, we erase all the things I've done and take it back to where it was before. So I'll click here if I want to do the temperature of any angle. So you see the temperature is working on this side I'm touching. If I want to increase the temperature of anywhere, so it's changing the color of that particular place. If I want to reduce it, I've brought it down, erase it. Yes, good. So if I click here saturation, so depend on what I want to do, and that's how it works. If I click on saturation, I want to just saturate this particular picture. I'm working on it already. Yes, I take my hands around. If you click on this high, it's going to show where I've worked on exactly. If I take it off, I'm not seeing it again. So just that place. So it works like selective too, but this side is on where whatever tool you want to use at this point. So if I want to remove the saturation, I click erase or reduce it to 5. Then I can turn it on so that I can see where I'm touching on. So I can remove it so this can come down a little bit. So let's erase it. So it's going to take it back to how the picture was before. I click on OK. So let's go to the next one, which is healing. Healing is going to remove blemishes from picture, or I want to remove one particular thing from a picture. So let's say I want to remove this knob from this picture. I've clicked on healing already. So what I do is I zoom in. If I don't zoom in and do like this, it's going to affect many areas and it's going to spoil it. So I click on back, undo. So I zoom in and tap here and off it goes. If I want to remove the second one too, I do that. Off it goes. Yes, that is what it works for. I'm taking it back, taking it back. Yes. Click on OK. So let's move to the next one, which is the HDR scape. HDR scapes comes with different kind of shade, different kind of feel for the picture. If I want it to work on people, this is people, is already on people. Then I click here, then it's going to filter it. Depending on the kind of filter I want, brightness, saturation, or whatever. So, but we don't want all of this. We want to undo. So tools, let's still go to where we're working on, which is the HDR scape. Here we can have it on fine, we can have it on strong, depending on what we want it to be. Nature, people, and so on and so forth. So let's go to the next tool that we have. I think we've worked on this one, undo. So let's go to the next one that we have here. We have glamour glow. If you want your pictures to be looking glowy, want it to be shining, yes, we have it here. So depends on different filter you want to use, so it can work. Tools, let's go to tonal contrast. Tonal contrast is going to work for the tones, the high tones, the mid tones, the low tones. Protect highlight. The highlight that I did before, you want to protect it, you slide it up, slide it down. So low tones, if you see the picture in between, you see the mannequin, you see it's working on the mannequins. So just about the tone, how high whatever you have done is going to be. So depends. So let's go back to undo. So tools, let's go to the next one, drama. This one, if you wanted to add any kind of drama to your picture, see it's doing that already on drama 1, drama 2, bright 1, bright 2, dark. So this actually works for maybe people that are doing documentary photography. They can use all those features. Then also it works for people that are doing vintage, also works if you want any kind of vintage, just like that look presets that you have there. Tools, we are going to grainy film, is going to give it like a rough look, grains on the picture as if it's a low quality picture. So let's go to the next one, which is the retrodux, almost like that too. So these are edits that work for anybody that wants to do something else, maybe a kind of picture in the forest and you're looking for an edit that is going to make it look different on the blue sea, and but not for fashion photography, definitely. So grunge, the same thing, is going to add a little bit of grunge to it. Depends on where you want the grunge to be. You see, it doesn't work for fashion. So let's take it back. So if you want for grunge, if you click here, it's going to give this different kind of grunge. This kind of grunge is what they use for 1980s pictures to just make it look very old. So that is what it works for. Tools, let's go to black and white. Then we have different shades of black and white on your pictures if you want. Tools, we are going to go to noir that looks like a film, movie picture, like old pictures, and so on and so forth. So portraits usually work for people that like a portrait picture. So no, you see, no faces could be found in this photo. You can cancel filter. If there is a face there, it will have given us the filter for the faces. Let's go to add post. It's possibly we may not find it too. Then tools. Let's go to lens blur. Yes, it's going to blur. So this is where you blur your pictures. If you want your pictures to be blurred, then you can increase the blur by just moving it to the right. So because automatically if you slide up and down, you will see other ones. They're like blur strength. If you want it to be blur and the blur should be thick, this is what we are having. If you want the transition to be much, and if you want the vignette strength, you see, you can make it whiter, you can make it darker depending on what you want. So that is what the blur was for. And the vignette, this is another vignette already. So you may want to remember to slide up and down to see if there's any function. There's outer brightness. So all this side of the frame is going to be affected by the brightness. So if you do outer brightness, the outer side of the frame is brighter. If you reduce it, it's darker. If you put it in inner brightness, it's going to increase the inner brightness. If you reduce it, it's going to reduce it. So let's go to the next one, which is the double exposure. With double exposure, you can add another kind of picture into your image. So you can add a kind of picture like this to your image. So I'm trying to do I'm trying to do something else. So if you click on the opacity, is going to increase how much is going to show, and if you reduce the opacity, is going to show how much is going to show. Then if you click here, it's going to either subtract it, lighten it, darken it, add. Now we can have it like this. So but you need to work more on that one for you to be able to, there's a way you can work more on it that it's going to show as if that chain is part of the picture. So that is what it was for. Overlay, you are putting another picture on a picture already. So that's what double exposure work for, just like overlay. Then text, if you want to add a text from here, you can add any text, maybe your brand name that you want to put. You can add your brand name this way. So that is what text does in the tools. Then frames, you can change any frame you want here, and that is what this works for, any kind of frame you want. But for as fashion designers, you don't really need to be adding extra frame to your picture. So basically we've touched all the tools in Snapseed and how they work. But this is what I want you to know. If you want to learn how to do Snapseed editing professionally on your pictures as a fashion designer, you do not need a whole lot of things. You do not need all these tools. In fact, you need just 4 tools to master very well. If you're able to master these tools, tune image, details, and snap selective. Then if you want to crop maybe once in a while, your picture is too big or something, healing, that is the first thing you need to know. Crop, everybody knows how to crop pictures. You need to take the complete guide to fashion photography, which is one of the elements you are going to get, one of the things you are going to learn in complete guide to fashion photography is the advanced editing on Snapseed. This is just a video to show you the how Snapseed editing works, the tools. But the main thing you need, these are the 4 key things you need. But how to know how to perfect your picture like this. So I'm going to edit this and just going to give it a saturation. Then I'm going to increase the brightness or reduce it a little bit. Then I can have a better picture like this. Yes, it's more edited like this. But if you want to do better, you want to know how to set up a background like this, you want to set up for recommendation of background and everything, I'm going to share a link in the description for you to be able to see, or in the comment section for you to be able to see. Go to my seller page and buy the course for 20,000 naira. If you are buying for the month of November 2022, you are buying half the price. I'm doing Black November for any of my student that is buying any course from me. For from anywhere in Africa, you can buy from seller. So go right into the link, click on it, link in the description or in the comment section. You are going to find it there. Go and buy. And if you want to buy the low budget photography on how to take pictures, at least starting without mannequin, you don't have a space, you're just starting from scratch, you can see the course outline in the website there. You can also buy from there. If you enjoyed this video, kindly subscribe to my channel. Please drop a comment and let people see this video more and more so that they can also learn. Thank you very much.